Welcome to Exploring with D-Rob. Let's go. Good morning. Welcome back. Up in Red River Gorge again today. Today we're going to go check out the Veranda Overlook. May check out some off-trail arches along the way. And depending on the time, may try to see if I can find a new arch or two. Let's go. To get to the veranda, you want to start on the Pinch 'em Tight trail. I parked at Gray's Arch parking. You can start there or at the Pinch 'em Tight parking just up Tunnel Ridge Road a little ways. It's about the same distance to where the trail starts here either way. But we're gonna head out through here just a little ways until we meet up with Rush Ridge Trail. At a quarter mile out Pinch 'em Tight from Tunnel Ridge Road, you'll meet a trail junction here. If you were to go straight following Pinch 'em Tight, that'd take you on out towards Rough Trail. That's the route most people will take to Hanson's Point as well. Today, we're going to make this left right here. We're going to take the Rush Ridge Trail, Trail 227. I hadn't made it very far out Rush Ridge here. Decided to step over here to the side of the trail and check out a little piece of exposed cliff line I could see. This is the kind of nice thing about wintertime hiking. When there's no leaves, you can see things a little better at a distance. But as you can see, got some interesting looking cliff line through here. I think I'm going to backtrack a little bit and try to work my way over there and investigate that area, see if maybe there's an arch over there. If you're not familiar with off-trail hiking, this is the not so fun part. You get to go through all this roado to get over there. Based on the shape of this opening here and the fact that there's separation between the rock here, leads me to believe that this is possibly an arch, but I'm not sure about the top there, if there's anywhere where there's an actual light opening to classify this technically as an arch. I'm going to investigate and see if I can find some light. Right above the area I was just talking about is the arch in question that I was seeing from the trail above. And I believe my suspicion was correct. As you can see, a light opening right there behind the span. Looking back just above what I came in under, I think I see access over to this section of cliff line right through here. Let's see if I can get over there. But I believe I found arch number 2 for the day. Pretty sure there's a light opening behind that, but I'll have to get over there and investigate just to verify. Well, being at the angle it is, being by myself, I can't get a light shining up to where I need to see, or really get up as high as I need to see if the light's shining completely through. But seeing as this is a clear split from right in this area, clear across to the other side here, and we have an opening right here in the front, I believe this is the light opening that would make this an arch. And the fact that it is in a water runoff, I believe we definitely have an arch here. Well, this trip down here did provide us an arch. This one right here is definitely an arch. One right below it, I'm almost positive is an arch. Even from here, that upper opening looks like it would provide light. But as an arch hunter, sometimes you work your way around places that look good from far, but then you get there and there's no opening. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Got a little side trip there, doing a little exploring, but back over on trail now, headed on out Rush Ridge Trail. If this trail looks or sounds familiar, you may have watched my Gray's Arch Loop Trail video. This is part of the loop we came back to Tunnel Ridge Road on. You might also remember, if you watched that video, may mention in a few decent overlooks just off trail that overlooks Rush Branch. Here we have one of them. A little obscured, but this time of year you still get a great look of the valley below. I apologize. Here's another overlook as I come over to the edge here. These overlooks to the left over through here actually overlook King's Branch. Rush Branch is on the right side of Rush Ridge as you head out through here. About 4/10 of a mile into Rush Ridge Trail now. Going to make another little off-trail excursion here. This time I'm going to visit a known arch, Rush Branch Arch. I'll pop up some coordinates for where the route down starts and the coordinates for the arch. It's all off-trail, no trail at all to this one. This one's very seldom visited, but it's got great color and one of my favorite arches in the gorge. Let's go check it out. As I mentioned, all off trail going down to this arch. What you want to do is just take your path of least resistance down. Just kind of come down to a little V down here in a minute. Kind of a wet weather drainage. Once we get down here, go through a little mountain laurel and rhodo. Once you get below that, you can get to the cliff line and work your way around to the left. If you come down too far to the right, you will get into some heavy rhodo and get cliffed out right there. You find yourself on top of a cliff ledge. We'll come right below where these thicker mountain laurel are. As you can see, this is kind of a U-shaped drainage here. Rhodo's a little thinner right through there. We're going to work our way down. That's where we get below the cliff line. And as with most off-trail arches, you get to swim through some rhodo. Nature's natural defense to keep people away from arches. As you work your way through the rhodo, below the cliff line and around to the point, you're welcomed by arches. Hiding behind the rhodo right here, you see some really nice orange color. That's the side of Rush Branch Arch. We'll work our way around and take a better look. Work your way around the rhodo right there. Step back and look up and you get a good look at Rush Branch Arch. It's got some really nice color here in this rock shelter, as well as you'll see another arch here. And just to the right, here's another pillar arch. And as you look on back through here, see some great geology along the cliff line. I got a few quick picks around the rock shelter here. Got a few of Rush Branch Arch. Not necessarily a huge arch, but it's got great color and in a really nice rock shelter. So it's still one of my favorite arches in the Gorge area. But I'm gonna head back on up to the trail now. I'm gonna go up the same way I came down. There are a few more arches in the area down here. I'll leave the names to some of those and which one of Bill's DVDs you can find those on. I'm gonna do some more roto swimming and get back up to the trail. All right, now that we're back out on trail, heading on that Rush Ridge. I'm gonna follow Rush Ridge all the way out until we intersect with the Rough Trail. At approximately 6/10 of a mile, kind of come to this little uphill section. It's got some rock outcrop over here to the left. Work our way up here and we'll go over and check that out. Get another decent little overlook back up King's Branch. As you see, opens on up. Clear blue sky day today. Lots of sunshine. Significantly warmer than it has been the past few days. Past few mornings have been in the teens. Here's the overlook. This is just barely off of Rush Ridge Trail. Really nice overlook. Take a minute and check out that overlook. When you're done, work your way back over to Rush Ridge Trail here. If you look up to the left, see a little trailheads up there. Looks like opening up there at the top of the hill. That would be a campsite. And being this close to the trail, I'd say it's probably an illegal campsite, but take your chances if you want to use that as your campsite for the night. Rush Ridge from Pincham Tight to Rough Trail is just over 1 mile. Coming up on the trail junction here now. If we were to make a left, this would loop us around towards Gray's Arch on Rough Trail. May wind up doing that before I leave, but I'm going to go check out the veranda. So we're going to make a right downhill here on Rough Trail. Go check out the veranda. Also, I don't remember if it was winter of 2020 or 2021. Found another arch not far down this trail, so after we check out the veranda, we may go check out that arch as well. As you work your way downhill, maybe I don't even know if it's 100 yards, probably shorter than that, but the trail will make a cut back to the right here. If you notice, there's a user trail over to the left. This is the trail you want to take to head out towards the veranda. This is technically off trail, but there is a few campsites out through here, so this is frequented enough that there is a user trail. Pretty easy to follow out through here. If you follow some of the other YouTubers that frequent the gorge, You probably recognize the name Backpacking with Jason. He's got a video that he calls Corrosion Cove Overlook, I believe is what he called it. If you have the outrageous maps, just a little ways down rough trail here, there's an area on that map called Corrosion Cove. And he called this overlook out here Corrosion Cove Overlook. The more historical name for this overlook, though, is the Veranda. As you can see out through here, there is quite a bit of mountain laurel, holly, some greenbrier. Kind of lays over into the user trail here. So you may pick up a scratch or two on the way out through here, but for the most part, it's a pretty good user trail. As the trail kind of comes up to the top of the little ridge here, comes out to an opening. This is the first campsite and the largest campsite out through here. Pretty good little camping area. Just want to walk through the middle of this, continue on out to the overlook. As you work your way through some mountain laurel, on out to the next clearing, here's another little spot you could use as a campsite. See a little fire ring over there. There is exposed cliff line just over to the side there, so if you set up here, just be sure not to get too close to the cliff. As you work your way out this little finger ridge, you'll notice it does kind of get narrow. And there is drops on each side, so just be careful as you come out through here. Try to stay toward the middle. Definitely don't want to get hurt out here just trying to see an overlook. As you come on out here towards the end of the finger ridge, come out on this rock outcrop. This is the Veranda Overlook. If you come on out to the end of the rock outcrop here, it drops down just a tad. Work our way over here. Looking out. This large rock outcrop you can see here to the left, that would be Revenue's Rock. You can see that from Hanson's Point. And if you look straight across right here, just to the right of Revenue's Rock, that's Pincham Tack Gap. You can also see that from Hanson's Point. Hanson's Point's not visible from here, but if you look just to the left here, that's the overlook between Chimney Top and Half Moon. And just to the right of that, just above Pincham Tack Gap there, is the top of Half Moon Rock. As we're looking out towards Pincham Tack Gap from here, down in the valley here, this is where Rush Branch runs down. And just on the other side of Revenue's Rock there is where Rush Branch runs into the Red River. Take your time, check out the veranda. Really good spot for a little break, maybe a lunch. Nice and cool out today. Perfect day for hiking. The trail out here to the veranda is just an out and back. So I'm gonna backtrack the way I came back out the rough trail. Working our way back out the rough trail here. If you just want to do an out and back to the veranda, you would go back uphill here, connect with Rush Ridge Trail, head back out to Pincham Tack and back to Tunnel Ridge Road. That's the quickest out and back route. and that would put you right around 3.5 miles out and back. While we're here today, gonna make a left from here, go down Rough Trail, go check out a couple of areas of interest not too far from here. 100 feet or so down the trail here, you'll come to a set of steps that have been made into the cliff line here. As soon as you get to the bottom of those stairs, if you look back to the left here, you see the end of a rock shelter. You want to work your way over here. Pretty nice large rock shelter. Definitely worth checking out while in the area. No arches here, but still a really nice rock shelter. Got some pretty nice geology here. The summertime, this is a nice little cool spot to take a break as well. After you check this rock shelter out, just work your way back over the Rough Trail, continue down the hill. I made mention to the outrageous maps earlier. As you come down the trail here into this rock shelter, you work your way down. It's another nice rock shelter that's worth checking out. Looks like somebody's had a little campfire here. That's illegal. You got to be 100 feet away from any cliff line for a campfire. Strongly suggest not doing campfires close to the cliff lines like this. Sandstone's pretty fragile anyway. Fire definitely damages it. Anyway, continue to work your way down here. Yeah, be a little careful. This can be slick sometimes, especially when it's wet or your shoes are muddy. Sandstone tends to grip pretty well, so most of the time it's not bad. And as you work your way down through here, you notice lots of tree roots, pretty muddy. You got a little drainage here right beside the trail to the right. As you come down to this tree here, you'll see another drainage coming in from the right. This section right through here is the area labeled as Corrosion Cove on the outrageous maps. Once you get to this point, you do want to continue down the drainage here, and Rough Trail literally becomes part of the drainage. This is also one of the sections that makes Rough Trail live up to its name. As you can see, as you work your way through here, whoever labeled this as Corrosion Cove definitely named it correctly. As you come to the end of the little Corrosion Cove area here, do your best to stay on the trail. As you look over to the right here towards the rock shelter, you see some of these small plants here. This is some of the white-haired goldenrod. As the trail comes down and around, there will be a small rock shelter right next to the trail. Work your way down past these trees here. As soon as you clear those trees, this time of year you're able to look up. You'll see the outline of this arch. This arch I found back in the winter. This is a rough back arch. Work my way up here and get a better look at it. I mentioned earlier I didn't remember right off when I found this arch. Looking back through my pins, I pinned this arch in August of 2020. This arch has a really nice arch shape. Unfortunately, its back is against the wall, so the opening itself ain't really the desired opening, but it is big enough to classify it as an arch. As you can see some daylight up through there. It actually runs barely out of sight to the right here, over into this area here. This is Roughback Arch. While it is inside of the trail, this gives you a little better vantage point of how far the trail is away. It's down in this area here. So while you can see it from the trail, it's still not the easiest to get to. To get the best look of the arch, you really need to stop about halfway up the hill to it to get a good look at it. I'll pop up the coordinates for Roughback Arch, where you can check it out if you're in the area. It's not a real photogenic arch or anything. Probably mostly going to be one for the arch hunters that just want to see a new arch. Anyway, from here, back on the trail, going to head back up Rough Trail towards Rush Ridge. May head on around towards Gray's Arch. I don't know. I'll decide here in a minute. Working my way back up Rough Trail here to the Rush Ridge intersection. As I mentioned earlier, the quickest, most direct route back to Tunnel Ridge Road and parking would be to follow back out Rush Ridge Trail, back to Pincham Tight, and out to Tunnel Ridge Road. Got some people coming up trail here, so I'm going to wait a minute before I head on out towards Gray's Arch. I'm going to go ahead and do the Gray's Arch loop back around the parking since I'm at the Gray's Arch trailhead. I'll leave a link to my Gray's Arch loop video in the description. So between here and Gray's Arch, I'll probably just go ahead and make good time across through there, and we'll check out Gray's Arch, one of my favorite arches in the Gorge. Working my way back around Rough Trail, coming up on the intersection for the trail heads over to Gray's Arch. It's winter time, so you can look over to the left from here and see Gray's Arch up there on top of the hill. And there must be about 15 people up there. Hopefully they're gone by the time we get over there. It's midday, so as I expected, about 15 or 20 people up at Gray's Arch. I did get a few pics, I think without anybody in them. I'll pop those up and pop up some of my favorite images from Gray's over the years. One of my favorite arches in the Gorge, probably between it and Star Gap, would be the two I've visited the most. I'm gonna head on back up out of here, continue the loop around back to Gray's Arch parking, and I'll probably sign the video off between here and there. Everybody's least favorite part of the return. of the winter time, you can get a really nice look back down at Gorge from the overlook along the trail. Catching back up to that group that I passed at Gray's Arch, so take a break here a minute, let them head on up the trail a little ways. Go ahead and sign the video off here. I hope you enjoyed today's adventure. Got to check out the veranda. Was with me to find a new arch and checked out some old known arches. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I doubt I get the video up before then, so I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed today's adventure. If you enjoyed the channel, be sure to give it a subscribe. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, give me a like, be greatly appreciated. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.